Why does it pay to be curious when you're at the top of the org chart? What does it mean to the people in your organization, your customers, potentially your potential new boss? Why is that so critical a skill and a habit to develop?
Well, I think you can take it through a number of different lenses. If you're talking to customers, if you're curious, they're like, "Oh, he actually wants to learn about me. He's not waiting to give me the next sales response." I read the other day, most people, instead of listening, are waiting for a chance to give the response they've already formulated. And the curious are the ones who say, "Why is that?" I've got 7 kids, and every one of them, when they were 2 or 3 or whatever age it is where the verbal explosion happens, why? And you end up saying something stupid like, "Because I said so." Uh, but as we age, that propensity to ask why goes away. And it's very similar to agility. It calcifies, it goes away. We start to accept the status quo. The people who stand out in the crowd are the ones who say, "Why?" And I mean, you want evidence of that, go look up the TED Talk Simon Sinek did on First Ask Why. It's got like 90 bajillion views. It's like a Taylor Swift video. I mean, everyone's watched it. So it's an uncommon gift, particularly the older we get. But when we run across it, oh wow, what an amazing thing. And in a world where there's more change happening than ever, the people who are curious will stand out of the crowd. Is fascinating to me. My prior career, a million years ago, I was a pastor, and somebody told me just this year, and I went to Princeton for seminary. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I got some good training, right? And somebody said to me this year, and I went and Googled it, so it must be true. He said, Jesus was, I'll get the numbers wrong, but the proportions are bad. Jesus in the Bible was asked 120 questions, and 90 of the times he was asked those questions, he answered with another question. I thought, well, that's pretty interesting. There's something about smart people ask questions. They even answer questions with another question. And it's a lost art that we lose over time if we don't practice it. So get in touch with your 2 or 3-year-old. Why? And you'll stand out of the crowd.
I have a theory as well, which is leaders think they're not supposed to have questions by the time they become leaders, at least have titles. And so whether we are curious or not, we kind of say, but I'm supposed to know everything. How could I be the one asking the questions, right? Is that part of
Well,
it?
and oh my gosh, Tony, I love the millennials. I've got a bunch of them in my office. I've got some Gen Zs that I like even more, but I got to do some adjustments to get used to working with them. And if you're a C-suite and you're trying to learn to work with this generation, ask them some questions. They do not want to be told the case in point, because they can Google it and find it out, or ask ChatGPT or whatever the thing is. But when you ask them a question, you're inviting some collaborative input. You're inviting some form of leadership. You'll probably get a snotty question like, "Well, if I were running this company, I would do it this way." Don't fire them right away for that. Okay, it's going to happen. It's a generational thing. First generation will grow up with Google. That's what you get. But there's just something to, if you're leading generations younger than you, the power of asking good questions and being curious is pretty profound.